sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down gets him a couple up to the 27. But you might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. From the 27, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku.
Mayfield's
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. Mayfield now from the 50. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Complete to David.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
25 yards.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to Paul Richardson.
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Ingram, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. To throw is Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
The loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield flushed out right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Down at the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
He's tackled at the...
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Makes the score.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Jackson. And they'll get this into the hands of Huntley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Larry Hogan.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
39-yard line.
Jackson's going to look to run it. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead.
Jackson's pass.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Busts through the... Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Trucks over it. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. 20, Jarvis Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Number 80,
Jarvis Landry.
Touchdown.
50 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Baltimore, first down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the second round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
Brings up second.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Credit that break up to Greedy Williams. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Jackson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And Jackson throwing once more. Flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, Jackson forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
At the 44-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season, the future bright. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run the option as Jackson will hand it to Ingram. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
4 brings up 3rd and 1.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Chubb. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry. Complete. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Odell Beckham.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far...
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. And again, it's Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. The Browns send out their punter now. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
A first carry down for Kareem Hunt. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 38-yard line.
Now Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
29-yard line.
From the 29, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check out. Kings.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Judon there on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Ravens had a big season in 2019, but we're still looking to strengthen their pass rush. And they bring in Calais Campbell, a 5-time Pro Bowler, and he was acquired for the low cost of a 5th-round draft pick. 31.5 sacks his last 3 years. He's been to 2 NFC Championship games and the Super Bowl. He wants to carry the Ravens back to the Super Bowl with him.
It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Browns,